podcast show will make you smile. Clips, 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 clips. Welcome to the clips, where the fun never ends. We'll dive into topics, make new best friends. So grab a seat, get ready to go. On the Clips Podcast Show, let's enjoy the flow. Ain't nobody messing with my mood. We'll discuss the latest trends and news. Laugh and debate, leave you feeling amused. Ooh, yeah. Tim, the man is your host. Keep the energy high, we're introducing stories that will touch the sky. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Smoke ain't got no notepad, do he? Y'all got Smoke with a notepad?
I know, right? You gotta take notes.
I thought everything was in his head.
No, I have to catch people in their mischief.
Oh.
So I can bring it back.
Leave me alone tonight. Don't come for me. Don't say Jasmine, about Jasmine and her mischief. That's what you talk about.
Hey, you gonna be like that that one dude that came on. He wrote down everything Jazz said that she needed. Hey, she was saying, I want this in the man. He was like, I said, dude, you gonna actually write this stuff? You know, women change every 5 seconds. You better not put nothing down, that'll change.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, I got something that's interesting. I think, we can go with it. I'm gonna even tell y'all what it is. We're just gonna go into it. Because
You ain't tell us what it is.
Now, because this Clips Podcast, we do goofy stuff like that.
Okay.
We just go into stuff, cable cut off, all kind of stuff. We just do it. Here we go. No, actually, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Why are men so single in the U.S.? A lot of men are single, and we gonna find out why. Let's find out why so many men are single.
Last week, I delved here into recent data from the CDC suggesting major problems with regard to the mental health of our adolescents, surges in depression and suicidal ideation, especially true for our girls. This week, I found cause to worry about young men. This headline from The Hill, it caught my eye. Most young men are single, most young women are not. The story reported that as of 2022, Pew Research Center found 30% of U.S. adults are neither married, living with a partner, nor engaged in a committed relationship. Nearly half of all young adults are single. Now, look at these numbers. 34% of women, twice as many, a whopping 63% of men. What explains that? I pulled the Pew study and I read with interest. Turns out since 2019, the share of single men who say they're looking for dates or a relationship has declined from 61% to 50%. In 2018, 28% of men ages 18 to 30 reported they'd had no sex in the past year, compared with 18% of women of that age.
I keep telling y'all, all these guys ain't getting none. Everybody be thinking all these guys out here getting something. No, they ain't. It's 28%, man. I'm telling you. It's the same guys that's getting it all. These women are looking at avenues. They looking at ways to get it. They looking at opportunities and they don't have to be obligated. So, and I hate to say it, but yeah, a lot of women, they say, I'd rather mess with a married dude. That way I know he can go back there, and I can go back there. And yeah, they say it. The women say it. They want to mess with a married dude.
Who you be talking to every day? Because I don't be knowing.
You don't be knowing this?
Who do you be talking to every day?
Oh, yeah, women tell me it's easy, mess with a married dude because he go back home. Ain't no obligation there.
They fishing then.
They definitely are. But let's go back and see else what they got to say.
The Hill report said men in their 20s are more likely than women in their 20s to be romantically uninvolved, sexually dormant, friendless, and lonely. They stand at the vanguard of an epidemic of declining marriage, sexuality, and relationships that afflicts all of young America. Among the causes, among the factors, a reliance on social media and online porn. But also, more young women are hooking up with each other or dating and marrying slightly older men, and heterosexual women are getting more choosy. Other troubling statistics about men come from a 2021 study from the Survey Center for American Life. They found the share of men who have 6 or more close friends, which in 1990 was 55%, by 2021 had shrunk by half. Meanwhile, those with literally 0 close friends, which stood at 3% in 1990, has zoomed to 15%. An expert quoted by The Hill said this disconnect can have catastrophic consequences for young men. Quote, in the worst case scenario, the young American man's social disconnect can have tragic consequences. Young men commit suicide at 4 times the rate of young women. Younger women are largely responsible for rising rates of mass shootings, a trend that some researchers link to their growing social isolation. Well, those words reminded me of a conversation that I had over a year ago right here on CNN with NYU professor Scott Galloway.
But the issue is, when you have a group of men, the lower half of attractiveness of men in online dating, which has doubled, now it's about half of relationships, and the top 20% of men in terms of attractiveness get about 60% of the interest, you end up with a group of men that are more prone to conspiracy theory, more prone to misogynistic content, more prone to not believe in climate change. So this is the American story. If it's written with a pen whose ink is failing young men, does not end well. This is an existential crisis, failing young men.
As always, Professor Galloway was prescient. Back with me now is Scott Galloway. He's a professor of marketing at NYU Stern School of Business. He's a serial entrepreneur. He's the host of the Professor G podcast and author of multiple best-selling books, most recently, Adrift, America in 100 Charts. Scott, thanks for returning. Hasn't the advantage always been to those with the looks and or the money? What's changed?
First off, Mike, I just want to say thank you for raising this issue a year ago when a lot of media companies were afraid to talk about this for fear of it being pro-men was somehow being anti-women. Look, this is returning to the natural order of things. For the majority of history, a small percentage of men have had the majority of the mating opportunities. But in America, we decided to make a huge investment in what would probably be the greatest innovation in history, and that is in the middle class. From 1945 to 1947, 7 million men returned from war were discharged from the service, and we decided to give them the GI Bill, subsidized mortgages. We saw education rates go from 5 to 45%. They were valued, and we had such a strong manufacturing base that you had massive marriage and household formation. And some men were seen as more economically and emotionally viable. And you've seen the reverse happen with the offshoring of much of our manufacturing base, with a society that quite frankly doesn't value young men. When we talk about problems with people of color or women, we see it as a systemic societal problem. When we see problems or the stats that you just mentioned, we see it as accountability, or that men just need to level up. But married households and household formation are better citizens. They vote, they save at twice the rate, they're less likely to commit crimes. And we have fewer and fewer viable men. We have a dearth of economically and emotionally viable men. But the middle class is an accident. Unless you invest in it, it doesn't happen. Eisenhower decided to invest $500 billion in a national highway project that created tons of jobs. We have, and by the way, the tax rate back then was 91%. We raised money and we redistributed in social programs that made young people more economically viable.
See, that's why they try to eliminate that middle class. That's what we was talking about in the other podcast. They try to get rid of that, so they'll just be poor and rich. But let's hear what you got to say.
And then, Scott, you toss in the influence of social media and how relationships today, they don't come from, in our era, happenstance and mingling, right? They come from swiping, and that further accelerates this issue. Am I right?
Oh, it's been the chaser to it. I mean, to have an honest conversation about this, we have to be honest, and that is that men and women have different mating criteria. one quarter of men saying economic viability is a key criteria in a mate. 3/4 of women say that is important. And when you're on a two-dimensional format, where now it's 1 and 2 relationships begin online, it used to be 1 and 4 just a few years ago, it gets distilled down to a small number of criteria. Specifically for men, it's does she look attractive? And specifically for men, is he able to signal his ability to garner resources in the future? An average attractive male on Tinder gets swiped less than 1% of the time. And there's 3.
Now that's an attractive dude to get swiped.
Average.
1%.
She said average, not
Average.
attractive, but average. A regular
he's
guy.
Average attractive guy get swiped 1%. That's a good looking guy, and he ain't getting no hit. So hold on.
And there's 3 men on Tinder for every 1 woman. So you've distilled it, you've taken out one of the key components of mating dynamics, and that is vibe, humor, body language, pheromones, the ability to be, quite frankly, a little bit persistent in the pursuit of a romantic relationship. We have no third places anymore, no places to meet. People aren't going to bars, they aren't sports league, they aren't going to church, they aren't even going to work. So it gets distilled down to very 1 or 2 dimensional attributes. And the reality is women are much choosier than men, and they can apply those screens, and they allocate all of their attention to a small number of men that results in just essentially at the end of the day, a lack of opportunities. Chris Williams summarized it perfectly. He called it the high heels effect. In the last 40 years, more women have graduated from college than men, and they're not interested in mating with non-college grads. They now own more homes, single women, than single men. So what you have is women say they won't date anyone shorter than them, 50% of them. Effectively, what you have metaphorically over the last 40 years is women have been getting taller and taller, and men have been getting shorter and shorter. How many of us have said, I know a ton of great single women, they can't find a date? That's not true. They can't find a date. They can't find a man they find economically or emotionally viable. If we don't make a massive investment in young people and make more economically and emotionally viable men, we're going to see a lack of household formation, we're going to see a decline in the middle class, and we're going to see, quite frankly, just a lot of young men who are terrible citizens.
So is the answer to fix this economically, and who will champion this conversation? You felt obliged to compliment me at the outset because we had engaged on this a year ago, and here I am revisiting it. And I read into that the fact that you think that it's politically incorrect even to have this dialogue.
When you're seen as advocating for men because of the 300,000-year head start we've had, it seems somehow as anti-female. There's a lot of very unfortunate misogyny online that is masquerading as being pro-men. A lot of TikTok celebrities who talk about advocating for men, it's just thinly veiled misogyny. What do we need? We need more freshman seats in colleges. We need a massive investment in vocational training. We need to figure out a way to get more permitting for housing so young people can afford housing. We need to recognize our economic policies literally allocate wealth from young people to old people. The percentage of wealth that young people control under the age of 40 has been cut from 12% to 6%. These are concerted, deliberate decisions. We did away with the child tax credit. We don't want to make it any easier for people to have kids, but seniors.
He's telling y'all they deliberately getting rid of the middle class.
Seniors just got their largest cost of living adjustment increase in history. We have made the decision to make it harder and more expensive for people to find each other, for people to mate, and for people to have children. And without children, we turn into Japan and Italy, and that is we go into population decline and our economy goes into decline. We are about to become a society by the turn of the century. There will be 8 times as many people over the age of 60 and half as many kids under the age of 5. Nursery schools will become these strange situations with old people staring through fences at these creatures they don't see in the wild called children. Is this the world we want? Do we want a lack of kids? Do we want a lack of ability to create households? The happiest, most prosperous, most purposeful people in America are middle-class families, and we have made a concerted decision to punch it in the gut and make it harder for that type of family formation, and we're going to lose prosperity and we're going to lose purpose.
Well. I know we talked about the middle class. I told y'all they trying to get rid of that.
Let me just say something real quick. These two men made a whole argument, and it is a great argument. All because they kids ain't getting no pussy. I just want to say that right there. I'm sorry. I had to say that right there. I just want to make sure we clear.
I think it's well,
Okay, but the argument is correct. But what I'm saying is,
yeah.
I
But
just want
I
to
think
make
he's
sure I
speaking on
heard that right.
behalf
I
of.
just want to make sure I heard that right.
Yeah, you
I ain't
did.
mean to be
But
disrespectful. I just make sure
no,
I
you
heard
you
that right.
did great. You
Okay.
all right. But I'm just saying, I think he's speaking on behalf of all men, not
But
just
I
they two.
understand that, but it probably started
I,
because his son couldn't
I
find a mate.
disagree. I
Huh?
disagree.
His son
Give me
couldn't
what you
find
got.
a
I
mate
disagree.
I
What you
disagree.
got?
I disagree. Too.
with me.
No, not with you. With the commentary from the two hosts.
But they have good arguments though. I will say that.
They definitely have good arguments and some stats that back up what their claims are, but it's not necessarily true, particularly to our community. And every time Tim plays one of these clips, I have to say that does not really fit the bill. And Smoke, you can go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
Well, here's where I disagree at. Like I said, the stats that he read was for white people. Okay, because in 1943 and for all that, when they gave the GI Bill, guess who didn't get the GI Bill?
Black.
The black soldiers.
Yep.
Black soldiers didn't get the GI Bill until 1970.
I remember hearing about that.
They gave money. They gave money for homes. Who did they give the money to the homes for?
Yeah,
To the white soldiers.
Yep.
Black soldiers didn't get none of that.
Right.
So what he's talking about is the white people and how they live. We always lived on our own, basically. We took care of ourselves, and we still thrive in a poor environment. So when they come out with this stuff, I get pissed because I'm tired of hearing it. And then I get tired of hearing is that when our people buy into this crazy shit, don't you know we the smartest, most intelligent people on this planet? We show it every day.
Watch that. Bring your camera up so you can see your face. You better watch that. You might get a chat and stuff by saying we the smartest.
No, but I think Smoke has some great points. I also think that you made this point, Tim, and this is one of the few points I agree with you on. I think that we're completely misrepresented in the census. Because every time I go to the mall, every time I go to the grocery store, I see a woman in her 20s or 30s with 2 or 3 attached to her hip. Oh, so we're procreating. Now, is the family structure the same as our counterparts in white America? Maybe not, because we discussed that stat too. 75% of childbirth in the black community is to a single mother. So I think that we know how to find each other. You know, you go to an HBCU, I know plenty of folks that found their wives and husbands in undergrad. I know plenty of folks who found their wives and husbands in graduate school. I know plenty of folks who found each other in the church, grew up together, historically, grew up together, fell in love. Parents probably had a little finagling to do with that, pulling the strings. But I don't think that's 100% applicable to our people. I think our people use social media for not necessarily looking for love, but looking for come up in.
That's funny you said that, because that's my first question.
What?
Where are some of the places that, according to just statistics, we can say these men are right or wrong, but where are some good places that men could possibly meet a woman? Like, give me some places where, like, if you try to go out and meet a woman, what's some good places?
Well, JT married.
I don't know. I'm too afraid to get shot in the head when I go outside. I'm cool. I'll stay in the house, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. These little dudes.
For me, just being out and just being out
Where's some good places?
It's women everywhere. What are you? I don't understand.
So where you meeting them at? Because you got a new one every week.
Everywhere. Every damn place.
So where you met the
I meet
last
them everywhere.
Where you meet the last
I
one?
don't know what they're talking about. I meet women everywhere.
Where did you meet the last one?
She was my phlebotomist in the hospital.
Okay.
She said, this nigga about to die soon. Let me get on this nigga life insurance.
I mean, I wrote down a couple of places.
Women are everywhere, man. I don't know.
They are everywhere.
What the problem is.
But where's some good places, though, Smoke? Where's some good places? Like, if you
just go outside.
Go outside?
Yeah, just go outside, man. They out there.
Okay, I wrote down a couple of places.
But here's the thing. You got to have that. You got to have that wherewithal within yourself, man. That your confidence level has got to be high, because you're gonna get turned down. But that's every day.
Yeah, that's every day.
I need to
That's
hear some
every day.
pickup lines y'all be having.
So
What y'all
you
be
just
saying?
so you can socialize, and women is women everywhere, just like guys is outside every day. It's
Right.
people everywhere all the time. I
Okay,
don't
Smoke.
understand it.
Smoke, what was the pickup line you used to get the girl? What'd you say?
Oh, I don't use pickup lines. I don't use lines.
But what you say?
You
What you say?
you know what the best thing to use is just humor.
So what you
Humor,
say?
That's it. That's
just
it. Smoke.
humor and a
Okay.
mild
Smoke that
flirtation.
game.
Yeah, that's
He
all.
said a mild
It don't
flirtation. I
take
ain't
a
know
lot.
it was levels to it. So let me know. What you say?
It don't even take a lot. A
No, hold
compliment.
on.
A
I got a
compliment.
couple.
But listen, hey, a compliment still works.
I don't know about today's society, but
Yeah,
hold on, Smoke.
it still works today.
Hold on, Smoke. Let me.
Trust me.
Okay, hold
It
on.
still works today. It
Well,
still works.
let me tell y'all some of the places I wrote down. Do y'all think y'all can agree with me? Disagree? I started off with bars. What y'all think about bars?
I don't go to bars.
Okay, church. Is a church a good place to meet somebody?
No.
I don't go to church.
JT, is a church a good place to meet somebody?
No. The only thing you know to your first two is that you're going to find the biggest liars at
Oh,
church and bars. The biggest liars. That's where they go.
That's where they go. You can't be lying
There you
right
go.
there with the Lord. How you gonna lie with the Lord right there?
Cause he
You
right
talking about
there.
getting to heaven, you lying
What they
right
gonna say?
there.
The Lord knows my
The
heart.
big secret.
You know
He
your
ain't
tongue
there.
too.
That's the big secret.
Like,
He ain't there.
that man do it. Like, come on, man. Liars. Liars. I know some of the most religious people pop all the verses, will argue you up and down about the Bible, but quick to scam some shit. Quick to try to steal shit. Like, you a grown ass person. Like, why are you conducting yourself like
Well,
that?
the
But you
Lord
profess
told
to
me to
run
hear.
this religion, and you have to live by. Oh, can't nobody see me smoking. I'm not supposed to be smoking. Then why the fuck are you smoking if that goes against your religion? Why are you out here scamming and lying and cutting corners to get to the top? But you're holier than thou. Make it make sense. I'll wait.
How about
Oh, wait.
sports club? How about sports clubs? Is sports clubs a good place?
Sports clubs is a bar, so
I'm just saying, some people got like lounges and bars and lounges, two different things. So sports club, like lounge or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So is that a good place? Or how about just at your job, work? Is work a good place?
I don't
Never.
know that many black
I'm
people.
retired, so I don't know.
I'm about to go. I know damn sure I ain't messing with nobody at the work spot, bro. That's like no. Where you eat?
I'm with y'all though. I do got a bone to pick with these two bald head men. My thing is this. Check this out. You know, you hear women say they want a guy that's 6'5" or taller all the time, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was that last question?
Okay,
You put us on mute.
If most men, I mean, if most women say they want somebody 6'5" or taller, right?
Mm-hmm.
And only 15% of men are over 6, 6'3" to 6'5", right? They say only 15% of men that tall.
Okay.
Where's all these babies coming from? If only 15% of men.
Some dudes my height.
Did you say me, Smoke?
Yeah, me. I got 5 of them.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't get this stuff when these women be talking about. I want to do 6'5", 6". Look here, the 5'9" and lower is making all the babies. So y'all need to stop that stuff. Just stop. Just stop.
I ain't saying no.
Listen,
No, I ain't saying you. I'm just saying.
My ex-husband is
to a
short.
certain degree when you get to a certain age. You may not get that prototype that you always had, or when you were in your 20s, or you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you're like, she's cute, but she got that little boots. I mean, fuck it, she's cute. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna be a stickler on this, but I mean, at some point, something like you got
Ain't no pooch stop, no
6'3",
shows.
you gonna bang a 5'9" dude to get pregnant. That's what's gonna happen.
And ain't no
5'9".
Mm-mm.
That was just an argument that somebody had brung to me, and I said that's not making sense. Oh, I'm gonna be this, and that. I said, well, if only 15% of these guys is this down, what about the other 75? What y'all think of
Beggars can't be choosers.
So, hey, check this out. My question number 2 is: so if we continue in this way, which these men were talking about, where men are not socializing, getting women and things of that nature on this path. Where are we going to? Where are we going? And do you believe that, as you know, we as a society will survive or not? Do y'all think we survive this way? The way they
Yeah, it's gonna be a black country
it's going to be a black country.
because we still making babies. They're the ones not making babies. They the ones that's in their basement, incel or whatever they call themselves, whatever. They're the ones doing that. We're not doing that. We still out here. It's some maybe, but we still out here. Basically, for the most part, we still out. We still making babies. Our population ain't dwindled.
Right.
As far as that black community, we still rising.
Right. So you said we still doing the do, huh?
Yeah.
We're staying steady at that 13%, but I think he made good points about that structure of the middle class, like 2-parent household,
Yeah.
2.3. I mean, we talk about it almost every week, but the reality of it is you can survive by yourself. You can make decent money by yourself. That's fantastic. But if you have a partner that makes at least half or 3/4 of what you make, then you're above that poverty index. You're above that average cost of living in the city of Cleveland. You got to think about it. For a family of 4, the average income is $32,000 a year.
Yeah.
They're surviving off that. I don't know how.
Right.
I see people driving these Escalades, these Benzes, and BMWs. Like,
Who's you say?
how?
Food stamps.
Who's that?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to buy 50 on 100.
JT, you must be in the podcast spirit tonight because you hitting exactly on what I was going to say next, which was saying that, like he was saying, the people that's married, they have a tendency to vote, save twice as much as a single person. What else I wrote here?
Well, it's two incomes.
Right, but I'm just saying. Well, yeah, I'm just laying it out there, sweetheart. And they said they're more likely to commit no crimes, and their approach or something is they approach people better. Their attitudes are better. So yeah, you're absolutely right, JT. When that does happen, society is a whole different thing. But I have been telling people that they would try to get rid of the middle class. People just, that'll never happen. I couldn't believe it. He gave you the numbers to show you how they're doing it as far as politically and how it's impacting us economically.
But then again, even though we're talking about like just referencing the city of Cleveland, what really is the middle class? Either you're poor or you're upper middle class or rich in this city. There's working poor, I get it. But I mean, you think about the communities, you can go from just Iraq to luxury apartments in less than 5 minutes in this city. You can go from rundown suburban houses to mansions and subdivisions within 10 minutes. So, I mean, there's obviously not a real distribution of wealth in terms of how much money households are bringing in. I think that does affect dating. I think that does affect the willingness to get married because you don't want to take a position you're in, even if it's halfway decent, and make it worse by adding something, hitching a cart to your horse that ain't pulling his weight. That don't make sense.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, we had a middle class here in Cleveland. I mean, we had a middle class, a poor, middle, and rich class. Depending, like you said, depending on where you go as far as suburbs, Cleveland, and things like that. But I'm just saying, all over every state in the United States, economically, they're trying to get rid of it, which is going to cause a trickle-down domino thing.
Trickle down?
Yeah, I would say it would. So why don't men nowadays approach women like they did in the older days? Remember, like
because you don't have to.
Smoke.
You don't have to.
Huh? You don't have.
You don't have to. No, you don't. Like Smoke just said, he crack a joke at the bar. It's funny. It ain't that damn funny. Smile. I'll back it.
That's just breaking the ice, though.
No, I'm just saying. Period. They'll come to you. Like it's not hard. I mean, for dudes that be out here like, oh no, why I can't get a woman. Oh, whoa, there's something wrong with you, Playboy. There's something wrong with you.
Right.
It ain't hard. They don't care if you married. They don't care what your situation is. They don't give a damn. If they want you or want to be attached to you, they're going to let you
You need
Coming
to
to
be a
the world.
confident male. You have to be confident, man. You
Yeah,
can't be out here
that's true,
like
Smoke. The confidence
you have to
thing.
be a confident male,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. They think it's a height thing and all that. No, man, it's a confidence. I'm with you on that, Smoke.
That's right.
Confidence. You come with confidence and you carry yourself with a certain kind of swag, that's gone.
I'm my own hype man.
He's like, yo, all
I
right,
don't need
man.
no hype man. I'm my own.
But
Right.
it's crazy because I look at some dudes like the last time I went out with my wife. I'm looking at these cats, and it's like they're still stuck in the late '90s with the
What you
big
mean?
gold rim glasses, texturized like Ralph
Oh,
Tresvant looking ass dudes. And it's ass on everybody at the bar. Like they're just in every woman. Hey, baby, let me buy you a drink. Like, dude, you're kind of aggressive. Why don't you just slow down and sit your new edition ass membership having ass over there and chill out, bro? Why don't you just go do that? If I couldn't, man, I would hate being a woman and have to deal with them type of niggas
why is
smelling
that?
and shit.
Why you say that?
You want to go kick it, and you got to deal with these clown ass reject dudes. Like that's bad. That's not that would be fun for me. It's just like when the bar lizard come up to you like, "Hey, baby, you drinking alone?" Like, no,
Wait, bro. Like,
I ain't drinking. I'll stay here with you, and we can have a good time. Okay, my wife is in the bathroom, bro, and she don't play that. Like, please, no,
Wait a
I'm
minute.
good.
So Jazz, we can ask you then, because why don't men approach women like they used to in the older days? Why men
first
don't
of all, I'm
approach
not a
women?
man. You can't ask me.
No. Are you a woman and men approach you? But I'm
They
saying, what?
don't.
What?
They don't.
I mean, they don't.
Like I said, they don't.
So,
Let's just be clear. Smoke and JT tried to hook me up with somebody, and nobody approached me. That's number one. Number two, men usually don't approach me. They may give me a compliment about how I look. I look nice, or they'll say something about my skin or something like that, or I smell really good. They'll say that, right? And then I'll be like, "Oh my God, thank you," and I'll give them a compliment back, try to talk, and they will just keep going. I have been meeting people online dating, and
No. You ain't doing that, man, right? You ain't doing that.
I dated I was dating somebody I met online, and
Mm-hmm.
it's no good.
it was cool. He was fun. It's just that he got a lot of drama, like back drama, like drama,
Uh,
like for no reason,
right,
like. And I don't really do that. I'm real peaceful. I don't really do all
right.
that. But no, guys, they don't approach me. They DM me little emojis,
Oh, okay. That is so
like
weak. That's so weak.
and that's it.
That's that is.
Like
I mean, you
like
probably get a million of them a day. Probably a little
no,
a DM emojis and all.
well yeah,
I
but
mean, these
no,
guys are busted.
like one guy I went to high school with has been like trying to talk to me on and off. But he was like, I have a busy lifestyle, which I do be having time to do things. And he was like, oh,
Well,
he
he got
couldn't
to get in
afford,
where he fit in. That's
or what he
all.
say, he couldn't afford to take me somewhere. I'm like, I didn't ask you to take me nowhere.
Oh my God! See, this is what I'm saying, man.
Like
That's your
and I
fault,
think
Smoke.
I think there's like
But
and it got to be something to where I guess he would just think I like doing expensive shit all the time.
yeah, see,
But no,
Smoke
it's
and
just that
JT, this is y'all fault.
no.
Y'all didn't leave a book. Y'all didn't leave page 26 open for these young guys. Y'all should have
I'm,
left
I'm,
page 26.
I'm gonna tell you a quick anecdote, Jack, just to answer your question. Like right after I got out of this relationship, whatever, like the one I was in for 7 years, we had our masquerade ball. So I'm touched down. Tim got me together. You know what I'm saying? I'm tapered. I'm feeling like $1,000,000, just fresh jewelry, feeling like a million. So so I was working the whole room, man. One over here, one over there, one over there. But the one I was like, okay, okay, I see what you do. I mean, I'm talking about people like I was just having conversations.
Right.
So the lines were long and shit. We had 4 bars, but they were like wrapped around. But because I'm in the front or whatever, I could just walk to the front, like, and the bartenders knew me from the front. I was like, which one, JT? Like, but you have to wait a second. So I saw a table full of young ladies. They were just sitting there, resting their feet. I was like, I'm gonna get around for this table right here. What would you ladies like? Bought the drinks, came over, sat down, and walked away. Didn't say one word. Now the one that I thought was okay, might be able. She tracked down my frat brother. She sent her girls at me like, how we just gonna buy us some drinks and then just walk away and not even talk to them?
See, I
Who
don't
do
do
you
that. I'm
think
not
he
doing all
is?
that.
You better tell him to come over here.
I
I'm
ain't
like,
doing all
first of
that.
all, you ain't gonna tell me nothing. And then I saw you shaking that like,
What you mean you're not doing that, Chance? You're not doing all the work.
Baby, listen. I'm not
yes,
chasing nobody. I'm not chasing nobody down to do
it ain't no chasing. But like, damn, like how many other dudes just gave you and your homegirls a
all the
bunch
time. I
of
have no problems with that. That's not nothing new.
okay, all I said was have a good evening, tip my hat
And,
and
and
walk.
that's fine. But what I'm saying is that's not something that I'm gonna get overly excited about. Like it happens.
You would have saw me that night, my guy. You
But
know.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that's not
But
something that's gonna be like
see, I'm
significant to have me
directly
go sneak
like
out.
I the bait in the water. You
The
bite,
thing
you
is,
bite.
but the bait ain't gonna work for me. Cause what's gonna happen is we gonna all be cool, and I might end up buying y'all drinks too. We might, me and my friends end up buying the other people drinks too.
Oh, you
So
No,
gonna
it's a
do
well,
little
that?
bit different. Like drinks is just alcohol. It's just liquor. It's just a drink. Like
Listen,
I
look,
don't think it's
have
something
fun.
that much. Like not
listen to
saying
me.
JT didn't do it, and I'm not saying JT didn't do a good deed, and it's a very nice gesture. And I always return the gesture back. If I get some food or something, and we having a good time, everybody's laughing, talking. I order stuff and order things as well when I was like in that type of scene. But baby, that ain't that don't
I
work for
don't
me.
buy. I
You
don't buy
asked.
women. I don't buy women
You
drinks. I'm
asked.
serious guy.
You
You don't
say
buy
what?
women drink?
You
I don't
asked.
buy women drinks at all. Period.
I just
I
feel
don't
like
do
it's
Do you drink smoke?
it. Huh?
Do you drink smoke? Do you drink?
No, I don't drink anymore.
Okay.
I drank enough for
Okay.
6 people back in my time.
that's why he
No,
went buying
I
more
feel it.
drinks. I just be
It
feeling
makes sense.
like
And
Yeah, I don't buy drinks for women. That's a no no for me. That's a
like
real
it's
Okay,
no
like
no.
it's
so
not
why
like
you
it's
don't
a
buy drinks? I mean, is that a
Huh?
bad thing or?
Well, for me, if you asking me for something and you don't know
Right.
me, I'm not doing it.
but that's
I,
the
I, I
thing.
don't
You
have
can't ask.
I don't have any romantic or want a thought to be with you like that. And the first thing you asking me is for money? No, get
Mm.
away from me. Get away. I'm not
So
doing it.
women actually be asking y'all to buy drinks?
Yeah, what bar you have you ever been to a bar before
Yeah,
that?
I'm a
You
bar. I
never
used to
been
be a
to a bar?
bartender. I used to be a bartender. Yeah.
They ask everybody. Don't they ask you to buy them a drink sometimes?
I don't
Your
know,
friends
baby. I don't
ask
play them
you, don't they?
games. I don't play
Huh?
them games.
That's what I'm just
hey,
saying. They ask.
hey, there's a difference. Here's what I've learned. Like when Tim was talking about when you go to a bar. No, I will not go to any bar. I'll go to an upscale hotel bar, something like that.
Yeah, lounge.
Maybe
Yeah.
something where you might have to throw your jacket on. I mean, you know what I'm saying. I'm
Right.
not going
No,
to
yeah, I get
Indian
that.
Green. So the point I'm trying to make is when you go to Indian Green and say it's after midnight, you're gonna have 2 or 3 of them who probably stunted out their minds begging for drinks. It never fails. When you go to hood bars, you have to be ready for hood behavior. And the woman just drunk, slurring her words, hanging all over your son, like, baby, you gonna buy me a drink? The answer is hell no. I don't know you. Like Smoke said, like, beat it, bro. Like, that's weird. I don't know you. No, no,
No.
no,
No.
Say no.
absolutely not. But you don't get that. Like, you at the higher end spots, you might see a lady in a nice little summer dress or whatever. She might, bat her eyes, give you that look. You know what it is. Now, if you act on it, you act on it. If you don't, you don't. I mean, Smoke said he ain't buying drink. You looking right, smelling right. I'm a single dude. I'll play the game, but I'm not single, so I can't. But you get what I'm saying. Like, if I was single, I'll play the game because that's what the game is there for.
Yeah. So my question is, so what do men really look for in a woman, to fit their criteria? So when a man is looking for one, what is he really looking for? What is a man really looking for?
Why y'all looking at me? It's
Hey, look
my
out.
question.
Hey, don't all y'all talk at one time.
Because if I say something, y'all gonna be mad.
No, hold on, Jazz. Wait a minute. I'm gonna get to you. That's
don't
for the
say-
men.
I'm not a man.
No, I'm talking to the men, right? I'm gonna get to you.
I love natural hair. I'm so tired of wigs and glue and
Okay.
fingernails and eyelashes. I'm like, what else? So if I mean, I'm not a huge fan of dreads and braids, but I just like a woman.
Oh, you want them fully natural.
Yeah, well, I mean, do what you got to do. If you got to put a hot comb to it, I understand. Like, or you got to roll it, whatever it is. Just I think my wife is so cute when she wears her natural hair. She looks 10 years younger. Versus when she has on these big Beyonce wigs and shit. I was looking at her like, dude, we're going to Popeyes. Like, why do you have all that on? I don't get it. Oh, my nails broke. I had to go spend $60 on my nails. Like, that's fucking crazy to me. But I love a woman like 5'5" maybe. I like them a little thick. I don't date skinny women. Love natural beauty, but I love intelligence. I love a woman who has a calm spirit. I don't like the loudest woman in the room. I don't like to be interrogated. So if you want to be FBI agent like me, you will not get along. And then you got to see what if our background's messy. You still got multiple children under the age of 18 in your home. Can't do it.
Well, what about you? What do you look for? Like,
you got to realize that. You have to realize now at my stage, in my time in life, it's a whole different ballgame. For me to interact with a woman, she got to be peaceful, man. I can't deal with her. I don't want no drama. She can't be a loud mother. She can't cuss more than me. She got to be. She got to be a peaceful person, man. I can't deal with all the drama now. I'm too old.
You want her to bring you peace, is what you. Yeah, you want her to bring you peace. Yeah. I don't want
to sit in my house and got to be fussing and arguing over who ate the last peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I don't want to do all that. You know what I'm saying? I just need peace. Just give me peace.
She's supposed to bring
That's right. And keep us and at our age right now, it's all about shit. Hell, the next few days, we don't know. Shit. So let's enjoy the time we got left. So I'm 60, I'm over 60 now. I ain't got time to be arguing and fussing and cussing and doing all that. Just let me come home, sit down, turn the TV on, and then leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Just have that sandwich ready.
That's it.
Have that sandwich ready.
Yeah, I can't do all that. If we need to do something together, we put our hands together because at this time in our age, we're gonna need both our physical strength to do anything. Shit.
At that huge age.
And I'm just being serious, man. It's a different ball game now. But what I need is somebody. I just need somebody.
I'm just saying in general, what do a man look for?
They just got to be with me, man. They got to be with me. They got to be with me because now it's the twilight of my life now. Okay. I'm over the hill. I'm way over the hill. So I'm in my twilight. So don't make my twilight hell. I don't want that. I don't want fussing and cussing. I ain't arguing with nobody. And if you my woman, I gotta jumping you out. You gotta go. And y'all tell me, JT, y'all already know how I am.
Right.
Jazz knows. I ain't doing that, man.
Oh wow, that was very good. Hold on, JT. Jazz, let me ask you, what do women look for in a man? Not a boy. I ain't say a boy, Jazz. I said a man. So what do women look for in a man? As far as their criteria.
My criteria, I can't say they.
Just a woman in general.
I'm gonna say when I'm gonna leave finances out of the equation because you should be able to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that out of the equation.
Yeah, very good.
I'm gonna say protection in all ways. So that means feeling safe. So I need to feel safe. I need to feel safe enough to allow you to leave me. Meaning when I say safe, meaning if I'm home by myself, right? My kids are not here. When my kids are here, I'm their protector. I'm with them. Like I'm up all the time. I don't sleep a lot when my kids are here, right? But if I did have a boyfriend or whatever, and he was here, right? I finally get to sleep. I finally get rest. I don't have men around my children because I feel safe. I feel protected. I feel like I can not be aggressive. I cannot be like the head of leading somebody or leading my children. I don't have to do that. I can relinquish that. So like one main goal for me is to feel safe and protected. So I don't mind following anyone. but I need to make sure like you can lead me, baby. You can't be leading me to a dry well. That's the thing. Stop laughing, Smoke. Um, I would say emotional. To be able to be safe emotionally, because a lot of times you'll be dealing with somebody and they can't wait to throw up an emotional moment that you had, right? An emotional moment or behavior. Somebody who can communicate properly, somebody who doesn't say, I'm gonna use this for an example. Someone who can communicate properly and be able to tell me what I did and correct me when I do it. Don't wait until I say I have an issue and want to talk about it. Now you got an issue. That ain't how this work, player. Mom teach you how to communicate. My kids know how to communicate. Why I gotta teach your grown self? That ain't how that works. Like when I do something to you, correct me the first time. So
Oh
it's
yeah, you
more
should
so
be.
I think a lot of women are looking for leadership and protection outside of finances, outside and somebody that's stable, that is honest. A lot of guys are not stable mentally, physically, or emotionally. And
It
if they
has to
got
be
baby
checked.
mamas, they be having baby mama issues and drama, and you be good and peaceful with them. And then the baby mama getting into some drama, then they calling you and they mad at you, putting all their anger from that. They need to know how to compartmentalize their emotions and their behaviors in their relationships. That's what I say women look for outside of someone being financially stable. What Smoke? What you about to say? We about to talk about how I burned my house down. That's what you about to talk about.
I ain't said a word.
Oh my goodness. That
I
was
think
pretty
those are
good.
fair. Those things are fair.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
okay.
Outside the financial aspect of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, let's say like that's pretty fair. But a lot of women nowadays, by them being financially able to take care of themselves, like JT said, a lot of them don't know how to relinquish uh, that part to a man because they're so used to doing it themselves. As
Relinquish
far
what part though? Finances
the
or
the security part, like I've been doing it so long by myself. Yeah,
baby?
you
Let
come in,
let me have somebody over here so I can go to get a full night's sleep. I don't gotta worry about. I can stop being scared of the dark, hearing
right,
creaks in the floor, hearing
right.
the dogs bark. Let me have somebody over here, so I can lay down and go get a full night's rest because I know somebody next to me. That's it. I just want a full night's rest, baby. That's it.
That's good.
Ain't got nothing doing no finance.
No, your
Full night's
finances,
rest.
your finances go out the window when
Oh
when
no,
you're
it don't go
secure.
out the window. But what I said, we're not gonna
It don't
talk
go out the
about
window.
finance.
They go to criteria, came right back in.
No, I said we're not gonna talk about them. I said you gotta have
Right,
a job, be able to take care of yourself. You can't be
right,
no piss poor father if you are a father. You
right.
can't not. You can't owe no back child support. How you a daddy trying to be with me? You know I got two kids. You don't see your kids, don't take care of your kids, don't pay, don't do nothing for them. But you trying to be with me and I got two kids. That don't sound right.
That's all right.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
I
things happen.
digress.
Things do happen, and stuff do happen. Wow.
No, you shouldn't be trying to date me. You shouldn't be trying to date.
Should be trying to date.
Mm-mm,
What are you gonna
no,
stay single forever?
if you ain't taking care of your business, you don't need to be dating. You need to be getting that economic.
What?
What that white man say? He said they're not economically stable.
Oh yeah, Professor
Well, I
Smart.
don't know how many. I don't know how a lot of people are financially stable in their 20s. Like
I'm
that's
not.
you know.
I'm not 20. I'm 34.
I'm just saying in general they were breaking down the age brackets.
Oh yeah,
I was
no,
watching.
you be broke all in your 20s for real.
Right. So I was watching Bill Maher last night, getting back to the point, from his episode on August 23rd, and he promotes being single, not having kids. He promotes smoking weed. He's an atheist. He doesn't want any kids. So he put up
Right.
these charts in 1940s, going kind of back to what Smoke was talking about. There were only 8% of available men that were unmarried in the United States of America. Everybody was married. Everybody was getting
Yeah.
married at 17, 18, 19, 20,
Right.
whatever. Compared to right now, 47% of adult Americans are single and childless.
See, that's
Those are the stats he posted. 47%
that's
and don't want to be married. I was just watching what's his name, the wrestler. You can't see John Cena. He did an interview. He's like, I'm 47 years old. I don't want no kid. He's like, I'm selfish. There's things that I want to do, and I understand that kids are a major investment. This is a multi-millionaire talk. This is a dude who's probably set for life. Doesn't have to do another movie. Doesn't have to do another WrestleMania. He's good. And he was literally talking on a podcast about how he didn't want that responsibility. I think people are tired. I think that we live in a generation where Generation X is different from Generation Z and Y or whoever else, the millennials. And I think priorities have shifted from that combined thinking of let's come up together, get this money, raise these children to, you know what, it's about me right now. Now I understand why after my parents got divorced, my mother might have dated a couple times over the next 30, 40 years, but she was known as the Red Lobster lady because one of my boys was a waiter there. It's like, yo, mama was here again tonight. And she would just take herself to the Red Lobster like 3 times. And I felt bad, like, Ma, you want me to meet you or something? No, I'm fine. And she died a millionaire. I mean, we didn't get any of that shit, but the point is, she lived her life out. She wanted to go to Africa and go buy jewelry. She'd get on a plane and go to Africa and buy jewelry. If she wanted to go out to eat at Red Lobster 3 days a week, that's what she did. And
in your mother's defense, though, JT, she had already had you guys and she lived her life. But I think Professor Scott. No, I'm saying, that's why she could go and do what she do after you guys were grown. But I'm saying Professor Scott was referring to the middle class, the new, like you said, the 20-year-olds coming up and starting a family. And you were talking about the man you were just talking about, you was watching the other night, Morgan or whatever. If he was, and that's what he was saying. If we continue on this path the way we are, man, everything gonna be wiped out.
No, not us, because they procreating everywhere.
I mean, we are procreating, but I'm just saying the norm.
They marrying and procreating everywhere.
Right, but I'm just saying the norm in which that happened at a higher rate is going to be a lower rate. You're right, people still procreating, but I'm just saying we got to get. That's why he said we got to get back to the norm, or this thing is going to get ugly.
So basically, hold on, wait. What that man said in a nutshell was that a lot of these kids in their 20s are not economically stable, meaning they can't afford too much of anything. So we need to bring the cost of living down. Then they have these women out here that have the expectation that they should afford things and they should be able to take care of themselves like big boys so they can get some vagina and then they can have children, they can get married. That is basically what that man said. Mm-hmm. He is upset about his child. That's it.
Well, I don't know who does the decades worth of research because your kids are probably get the answer. I would say it's the transverse in our community. I can't speak to their community. I don't know their religious backgrounds. I don't know what they believe. Those are his facts, and I don't think a whole lot of black people were involved in those studies. I'll say that. I will also say that when I go on my Facebook page, I see the young brothers getting married at 25, 30. I see the older brothers who have made it in life celebrating 20 years, 30 years of marriage. People I went to college with are actually celebrating their silver wedding anniversaries. And so it's not a matter of we're not getting married. I think you have to look at the population as a whole, the black population as a whole, who has a reason to get married. So if you have that poverty, like a girl who wouldn't get those same benefits if she had a husband who was working and was in a different tax bracket, then you would see marriage on that level. You don't see too many hood marriages. You see the procreation, but you won't see the marriages. I think as you go through the socioeconomic background of our people, the more money you have, the more incentives you have to be married. It just makes sense.
Here we go, JT.
It doesn't work.
I'm about to get married at 62, JT.
Well, you married already with 5 children. You don't count.
Here we go, JT. We on blackgeographics.com. We're just gonna deal with black people. That's what we're gonna do right now. It says black people that's married is only married at 30%. Separated 3%. Divorced 12%. Widowed 6%. Never married 50%. Never married. Hold on. Black men, that was just blacks. And now black men only married at a 33%. Separated 3%, divorced 10%, widowed 3%, never married. Black men never married 52%. That's more than half. Wait a minute, black women only been married at a 27%. 27, separated 4%, divorced 13%, widowed 8%, and never married at 48%. The U.S., you counting all the U.S. against blacks, as far as black men, black women, and just blacks in general, 48% of America is married, and only blacks in general is married at 30%. Let me see. Never married, as far as America, only 34% of America has never been married, and black women 48%, black men 52%. Man, black folks are not getting married. It's we and going back to what Professor was saying, man, we got to do what we got like like Smoke was saying, we got to do this thing on our own. I think because
just pick me.
Go ahead.
We also have to understand that we have a large I'm gonna get the letters wrong. The LGBTQ, I said it wrong. Community out here that's a part of that count. So they need to remove them from that count, because I'm pretty sure the type of marriages that they're talking about are male and female, and not male and male and female and female. So if you want to break it down.
You talking as far as the U.S.?
Yes, like I'm just saying, you got to throw them alphabet people up in there. Them alphabet people, they count everybody as a whole. They forget this a whole region of alphabet people. Sorry, y'all, I love y'all. I got some alphabet family. What I'm saying is, the alphabet people, they're not marrying women and men. Like you get what I'm saying? Like y'all, they have all these stats about men and women. Y'all forgetting we have a whole community of gay people. Do they not understand that?
Let's just remove them. Let's just remove them.
But that, you need to pull up a stat that remove them then.
Hold on, wait a minute. Calm down.
Because they count the alphabets too.
I'm just saying, let's remove them from the U.S. as far as never married. Watch this. Let's just deal with blacks.
And it's a lot of blacks that's in the alphabet community.
No, I'm saying let's just deal with blacks that's never been married. 52% of black men has never.
He want to still use the number.
It's terrible. These guys, that goes into that 20%.
If he's talking about all marital rates,
yeah,
gay marriage is legal, so I would believe
it really depends on. But what I'm saying is,
the study says something that doesn't happen. I mean, they're a part of the marriage pool because gay marriage is legal.
But we're talking about Tim here. I'm just being very honest. We're talking about Tim.
No,
Tim ain't talking about man and women and women. Tim is not talking about man and women and women, JT.
Yeah, you said even if we include, like JT said, they're part of it, so they're included.
Now you want to say that because you got the scholar over here speaking for you. Now you want the scholar. No, what you was talking about, player.
Right. When we look at the numbers versus America.
JT, stop helping them.
No, JT ain't help. I got the numbers right here. Look, there's the numbers. Black Geographic. I don't need JT. I'm telling you, as far as versus America, black men, 52% never been married, Jan. 48%
so what's the problem
of
with
women.
That? What's the problem with that? Like I feel
That's
like
high. Versus what?
Can I ask you a question? Do you feel like it's a requirement? I'm gonna ask y'all have boys. All y'all have boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
That are. Y'all feel like it's a requirement if your sons. It's a requirement that your sons get married.
It's a lineage.
If they want to have children,
but if they say I don't want to have any children, I don't want to procreate, I don't ever want to get married, is that a problem?
No. I mean, first of all, my son is no different because we believe in family. We believe my sons are the last ones left to carry on the Burns name. So if they don't procreate, if they don't make little Burns boys, that's the end of my family. And because they're very loyal to family and they understand what our history and our background is, all they talk about is when I have little JT the third or when I have little Nate, we gonna do this. I'm like, that's great, but you know what my expectations are. You ain't having no babies out of wedlock. You don't need that headache when you're just getting started in life, paying child support and dealing with a naggy ass, cranky ass baby mama instead of working out something with your wife where you're building wealth, where you're raising your children and you're being a positive contribution to society.
Yeah, in a solid
So-
environment.
And I thank you for that breakdown and clarification, JC. I thank you. But my question is now, if they say, you know what, Dad, it's all ratchet girls out here, I don't want to be married, Smoke.
But this
Daddy Smoke.
they're saying it now. They're like, Dad, man, like we wonder could, but I don't know. These chicks be out here wild. I'm like, okay, well, that don't mean you gotta get money either. Like, do what you gonna do, hang out with them, do it, and go on about your way.
So
But that
I
don't-
want to know what the Hebrew Israelite gonna say, JT.
I have 5 children, 3 boys and 2 girls. Right? My oldest is 40 years old. Out of my 5 children, I have 1 grandchild, and that's from my youngest son. I don't have any more. Out of the other 2 boys, none. Out of my 2 girls, none. Just 1 for my grandson. I mean, 1 for my youngest son. That's it.
Is he married?
No, he's not married.
So how do you feel about that?
He's 30 years old.
How do you feel about that?
What do you mean? How do I feel about it?
That he had a baby outside without being married, outside of
It's
wedlock.
one- Okay, it's one thing. It's one thing that I've learned in my life, and it's this: I can give you all the instructions, I can give you all the information, but I can't control your life. So if he decided to do that, then that's his cross, not mine.
I like
You know
that.
what?
Smoke.
So when he has to answer for it, that's on him. But what he realized is, me and his with all his life, me and his mother was married. So he didn't get anything negative or anything out of that because he was in a stable household until he was a grown man. So whatever came from that was his own device, not mine. What I put in him is the same thing I had in me, and that was to be married, to have children. I don't
Now,
have
hold
any
on.
children out of wedlock.
Hold
I
on,
have
Smoke.
not
Let me
one
ask y'all.
child out of wedlock.
Let me ask the whole panel this then. So in today's society and where you at right now in your big ages on this panel, do you think it's better to be single or be with somebody right now? Be single or married?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I say it's always better to be with somebody
Okay. What do you think is better?
because no matter what level or where you at,
Mhm.
it's always better to rise with 2 than to rise with 1.
So powers in numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
Where you at, Jazz, on this? You making all them faces over there. Like at Smoke. Like,
JT was too.
give me what
Hey.
you got there. Give me what you got. Don't make faces. Give me what you got. Do you think it's more applicable to be single or be married?
I would say it could be better. Not saying married, but married. Okay, yes. Yeah, and
Right,
everything.
Jazz,
It's like
we
you
gotta
can split
squeeze that out,
everything.
yo.
But that's fine. It's just the fact that yo, leave me alone. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be rude. I can't be rude. I just say it can be married. Marriage is better.
How you gonna be rude, Jazz? You can't be rude.
I don't want nobody mama that's alive and need help. I don't want nobody mama that need help.
What you mean? Jazz? What you mean by that? I don't get
Because
that.
they don't be leaving the cleave. They don't be leaving the cleave.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying, I don't know. That's how I was like, I want somebody, but is they mama alive?
Oh my goodness.
Is she
Oh, you
married?
think you'll be fighting with the mama?
If the mama ain't married, yeah. If the mama ain't got no man, it's over with. Like, we can't even talk, bruh.
JT, what you think? It's better to be single or married?
I think you need to be over 25 to 30 before you even consider marriage. Because, being mature, a little bit slower than women. That's why we can't rent cars, so we're 25. So I'll say that part. But at this stage, everybody loves companionship. Nobody wants to be alone, like especially the winter is coming. Like shit, it's gonna be cold. Want that snow?
And my shoulder hurting now.
I mean, for somebody to go in on this $800 heating bill because y'all keep leaving the damn windows open. I mean, so yeah, that's great. But I would say at this life, as I am less than 350 days away from turning 50 years old, I could give a damn. I could give a damn if I was single or married, as long as I had a peace of mind, sustainable income, my kids were healthy and happy, and I'm maintaining my own health and happiness. Because every other day is something else. Oh shit, I got to get this blood checked. I got to take this medicine. I got Smoke said we ain't going down. I'm over that head. So being married just to have companionship but have no peace, it's self-defeating, and it makes no sense.
You see?
And I'd rather be the Red Lobster Junior guy.
That's why I go out by myself all the time, JT.
Reading New York Post editorial boards.
But wait a minute, when do you want to have somebody go out with you, though, Jad?
Then I have confusion in my life.
When do you want to have somebody go out with you?
If it ain't peaceful, no.
Oh, I mean, sure, of course, if it's peaceful.
You know peaceful people? Because I don't.
What, everybody go out ain't peaceful?
They be crazy. They deranged. You don't know people until you eat with them. You get to know people when you have a meal with somebody. Because I be real quiet, and I will let you talk me to death.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, that's when you know me people. But no, I want to eat my good meal in peace. Go sit at the restaurant bar, have a couple of drinks, eat, and go home.
See, that's where you get approached at. I told you. Me and approach you at the time.
They talk to me at the little restaurant bar, but they always they be so interested in showing me what they have going on. Then their girlfriends come, then I meet the girlfriends, and we share a drink. It'd be so weird. Like I always meeting people who be having like they just, I don't know, it'd be weird. Like,
They trying to flip you, Jazz.
Shut up! Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Like, that's not funny.
They trying to flip you. If that's the case. They put
literally, I literally be right there minding my business, and it's just all of a sudden something like, and they be really professional, man. We talk. He may buy me another glass of wine or something. We may be having a conversation, and then they never mention that they're in a. But the conversation don't be like about relationships or nothing. We just be talk about anything. About the game or whatever.
Right.
But then all of a sudden this woman walks up and then their date is here. And then I'll speak to the woman, hi, how are you? I was just sitting here, da, da, da. And I'll go back minding my business. And then she'll, compliment me or something. And we'll like all talk, chit chat. And then I'll pay for my bill and then I'll leave. Like I mind my business.
I'm trying to put you in the play.
I look like a butch. I look like I like girls.
I don't know. They were trying to put you in the play. They were trying to get that threesome happen. That's what's going on with that.
But that happens to me often. Do I look like I like women?
I don't know. It's like he like you. And she ain't mad at
JT and Tim ain't saying nothing. I need y'all to speak up right now.
No, you don't like women.
Do I look like I like women? I look like a carpet muncher?
A what?
Nah, I'm more as a lipstick lesbian. Like, you rather receive than give.
So I do look like a lesbian. Oh,
I didn't say that.
My God. When was y'all going to tell me?
I didn't say that. You asked the question, we answered it, now you about to jump down our throats. Like,
who was y'all going to tell
I
me,
ain't
Jasmine?
said
I think you
nothing
need to change up your look.
What you going to change to?
Something, I don't know. Say something.
I look like smoke stir. You smoke stir.
What does a lesbian look like? First of all, let's.
I don't know, but look at, but you see Smoke knows something. I don't know. He been here longer than all of us. He know.
I don't know.
At his huge age.
All I'm saying is this: if he approaching you and his girl is there, it's only that only means
well, they
one
don't
thing.
be there. It just be like a woman that just walks up and be like, "Oh,
she walked up. She walked up after he made contact. But that's
what
the
I'm saying
is,
it is. You know what, JT, you not get off the camera to laugh. But we having real life conversations right now. Forget what.
You're fine.
You know what? I gotta rethink this here.
Ain't no
it gotta be here. It gotta be.
You don't look like you don't. I don't. I don't know what a lesbian looks like. What does she look like?
I don't know, but you just said it looked like me. That's why they coming in.
What, dressed like a boy or something? Dressed like a boy?
No.
Is that what they
Because
do?
because the ones that dress like a boy, all of them ain't lesbians either.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what they do. I clench in my
I
pearl.
do.
To be true, that could be true.
Who you?
Yeah,
You
all
got
of
a
them
little
ain't
happy
lesbians.
with that? What you found out?
But you ain't you. I mean, Jazz, you cute the way you are. Just stay you.
But
Just stay you.
apparently, my big 34-year-old self be getting hit on. Didn't know, but that somebody was trying to signal for me to be a part of a party, and now
Oh yeah,
y'all
what
telling me
you
this.
what you thought that was?
I just thought
Just hello,
somebody was
just
literally. I just was
hello,
being
how
nice
you doing?
talking. Hey,
Oh,
like I let him mind my business.
okay. You in the bar, you by yourself,
I was at a restaurant.
and they coming to you like that. That don't even mean
No,
nothing.
I could literally. I'm not saying it happened like that. I'm just saying I could be at the restaurant and a man will be next to me and we'll be talking. You know, you just having conversations with somebody there. Yes,
Right.
JT, you go.
Do you
G.
wear basketball shorts with Nike socks and Nike slides
No,
and white beaters?
no.
Not-
Well, there you go. You're not a lesbian.
Oh my
You know
God,
what?
that's the
I'm so sick
definition
of
of
y'all.
Nike
I
socks.
mean, come on now. You can they walking into the gas station like, let me get a mile. They got on a white beater and some basketball shorts with some high Nike socks and some Nike flip flops. Chances are 8 times out of 10, son. Unless she's in the WNBA. Then again, 8 times out of 10, son. Just saying,
Smoke
son.
get
Come
on
on,
my
son.
nerves.
Yeah.
It's
If you don't
not
dress
that.
like that, then it's
I'm gonna
actually
stop telling y'all stuff. I'm gonna stop telling y'all stuff. 'Cause no,
I know you not being sensitive right now.
no, I'm talking about
Smoke just
smoke. Cause smoke think it's
when
funny,
Smoke said was
JT.
they trying to set you up for the okie doke, and then it turned into a whole conversation like, y'all think I'm gay? Like, no one said that. That's not what Smoke was. And I was just joking with you when I was making like, maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't what you do with your business. I don't know.
We might have
Shit.
to ask Monique about this. She'll give us a good answer.
You know, maybe Monique might be. Monique said she liked a little clean, so
What?
she might be okay too.
She said
No,
that?
my friend is not.
Oh, come on, Smoke.
I almost said something that would have got me banned from the internet. I'm glad I kept my mouth shut.
Come on,
Because I almost went there based off how we ended last week's conversation with that other shit. So that's why I'm not going to say nothing. If I'm saying I'm going to say it to her face. Y'all can be like, guess what JT said, girl?
Yeah,
No,
'cause you know she
I'll tell her.
She, first off, she ain't gonna do nothing, but she the only one I know who watched the podcast after it's after we done aired it. She watched it multiple times.
Yeah, she shows do. She watches. So she gonna hear what you say if you say it, JT.
I ain't saying nothing.
JT could have called.
I know I'm about to go down to this bar because it was at 10 and give me some room service and a fucking dirty martini
Oh God.
and take my ass to bed, man.
Right.
So I got to get off here by 9:45.
No, we about to extra anyway out of here. So if anybody got anything they want to say before we go,
I got to catch this bar food.
I just want to make sure everybody know I am not gay, and I do not be solicited for threesomes, and I do not solicit me for threesomes, and I don't. I want my own man one day. I don't want to share. And I don't want to be a part of a game.
oh my God.
That's all I gotta
Clips
say.
Podcast music.
Welcome to the
She done lost
Clips,
her mind, y'all.
the place to be. When
She
no
done lost her
topic
mind.
is too controversial, you see. Join the mix and let's talk for a while.
Tune in to Clips Podcast Wednesday night at 8 o'clock.
Clips, 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 clips.
Subscribe, like, and share.
Where the fun never ends. We'll dive
We'll
into
see you
the
next
topics,
week.
make new plans. So grab a
Hope I see
seat,
you.
get ready to
See you
go.
tomorrow. And,
On the Clips Podcast Show, let's enjoy
and,
the flow.
stop saying it.
Ain't nobody messing with my. We'll discuss the latest trends and news.